These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. This is a high-octane battle. He threw a punch and just got countered. Hook misses. And that hook misses. What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Got to let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell. On to the second round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Beautiful counter punch. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
To beat a counter-puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
A perfect counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
No rest for the weary. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This fighter's always on their toes, trying to get their opponent rattled, get them off kilter, get them out of their rhythm.
These are my kind of fighters, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
And he scores with the counter. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round. And there's the bell for round 3. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
That jab misses. Trying to land that jab. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. A perfect counter shot. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Just missed with that hook. No rest for the weary. Those counter punches have to hurt. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Taylor in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no... On to the fourth we go. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction until...
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. And that was it. That was the big shot we were waiting for. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Nice counter. That jab was blocked. Both want a highlight reel knockout. And they think, whoa, wait a minute. The defense failed them. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
One of the best fighters Scotland's ever produced is in trouble. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough. There's the bell to start round 5. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on the end. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Beautiful counter shot. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Punch caught him clean. You'd like to see more jabs. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Nice counter shot. You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
That big hook doesn't land. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond. On to the 6th round. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Here's a counter shot. They exchange punches. A swing and a miss with that jab. They miss with the jab. Good counter punch. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Misses with the straight left. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They block the uppercut. That counter shot lands. Where are the jabs? Where are the body punches? These two guys are just going after each other's chin. Every time, this round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. You know that bell was sweet. There's the bell to start round 7. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
And they're down. It looks like this one's going to be over. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
A shot from the gods took him out. One, two, three, four, five. And we continue.
They're on their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again.
Oh my God, John! And there it is! The knockdown punch we knew was coming! Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
I need to see that again.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about McKinson in that last round. His legs are gone, but... And we enter the 8th round. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that? That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Well done with that count, and it's code red time for Josh Taylor. True champ, hold that thought. It's code red time now for Josh Taylor. How is this fight still continuing?
Defense, defense, defense is everything, because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
He threw a punch and just got countered. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
That uppercut just missed. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Taylor in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something to win this round. And we enter the 9th. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get sucked in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Big swing and a miss with the hook. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like
the referee might need to take a point here. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. He is down big time on the scores. And there's the bell to start round 10. After that last round, something has got to change.
that was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
How about that time counter shot? When are we going to see a jab from these two? Nice counter punch right up the middle. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through. Did you see that? And at some point, the corner needs to think about stepping in here. And right back into the fray.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. And it's code red time for Josh Taylor. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them.
Let's reset.
Here we go in the championship rounds, round 11. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This fight has a real good flow to it. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Nice counter shot. It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
One of the best fighters Scotland's ever produced is in trouble. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Both men step back for just a moment. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Code red time now for Josh Taylor. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecard. On to the 12th. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Just misses with that uppercut. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. This round's still up for grabs. Hold that thought! One of the best fighters Scotland's ever produced is in trouble. And that's it, a unanimous decision win.